We're going to learn all about the library today. Have you ever
You
been?
do?
Yeah, have you ever been to the library?
Hold it a little still.
No.
You've never been to the library? Well, you should go sometime. They have lots of stuff there.
Like what?
Well, there's going to be a lady coming on here that's going to tell us all about it.
Who?
Well, she'll introduce herself as soon as she gets on.
Well, tell me.
What would you have for breakfast this morning?
Oatmeal
Was it good?
and banana.
Good. I'm glad. Well, that was nice of Zoe to get you on here.
Yeah.
There should
Tell me.
What?
I got a new purse and the picture albums, everything.
Good. You got that for Christmas?
Yeah. Gary's gonna stop, pick me up.
When is he going to pick you up?
25th.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
Thank you for the picture.
You're welcome. What picture? Oh, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get your slippers from me?
Yeah.
Slipper socks? Do you wear them or do they fit?
I got glasses.
You got new glasses?
Yeah.
Where are they? In your room?
In my room.
What color are they?
I don't know. Pink.
Awesome. I'm so glad I got to see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's your boyfriend?
My husband's doing very well. He's all better. He's back to work. Thank you for asking.
Did he have surgery?
Yep, he had knee surgery. Here comes the library. They're coming on. Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good, Danny. How are you?
Doing pretty well, thanks.
Thank you for doing this.
I'm getting myself situated here, so.
Okay.
Are you mad at me?
No, I'm not mad at you. I'm glad that you're on here. We're going to learn lots of fun
got
stuff
me a
today.
present.
Who did?
Daisy.
Well, that was nice of her.
Hi.
Hi, Ashley.
What time is it?
It's almost 10 o'clock.
Do we know how many people we're expecting?
No, probably just a couple, but I am recording this because there was quite a few that couldn't make it, but wanted to see it.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey.
I hear you, Ashley. What?
Stacy. Tammy.
Yes.
I went to the doctor today.
You did?
Eye doctor.
All right. That why you got new glasses?
Yeah.
Good.
And I took a shower. I did.
I'm glad. Feel better?
Yeah.
Good.
Would be 3 o'clock.
In a little bit, you got a hot date? Do you?
No.
You got a cold
I
date?
used to.
You used to have a hot date? What happened to him? Did you kick him to the curb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for the person albums.
You're welcome. I don't think I got you albums, but you're very welcome.
Yeah.
I know I'm expecting at least one more for sure.
And will I have the ability to share my screen?
Yes,
to
I think I made it so you can do that. If I didn't, I'll grab the IT guy real quick, but he showed me yesterday, so I
Okay.
think I got it.
All right, cool. I should be able to do that. Awesome.
Do you do a lot of these Zooms?
Mm,
Yeah.
more and more. Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, I was looking at your website and I just couldn't believe all the things that you guys offer.
Yeah, I mean, we try. We slowed down for a little while because trying to figure out how to do Zoom programming was different for us. But
It's
now
a
we're
little
figuring-
challenging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for you.
Mm.
How you?
I'm wonderful. How are you doing? Did you sleep good last night?
What?
Did you sleep good last night?
Yeah.
Good. Did you get tired of holding the phone?
They get heavy after a while.
Too.
I love you.
I love you too.
So, Tammy,
What?
thank you for the picture.
You're welcome. I need to
I
come over and
get-
take some more. Did you have a good Christmas?
Yeah.
Is your tree
Gary
still up or
got
did
me
you take
some.
it down? What?
Are you coming?
I'll come next week. I'll stop by.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Tammy,
What?
I missed you.
I miss you too. I'll see you soon. I'm glad you're getting on here so you can learn about the library.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, Kathy, I'm going to mute you so we can let Danny talk, okay?
Okay.
If I can. I don't know if I can. Yes. Okay, Danny, you can go ahead and get started.
All right. So let's start off with who is allowed to get a library card? Everyone. Anyone who lives in the state of Ohio can sign up for a library card. And I hope that you all have them already. But if you don't, you can come into the library with just a photo ID or a piece of mail and sign up for a card. It just takes a couple of minutes and we make it as easy as possible. And then with your library card, you can check out all kinds of different things from our collections. We've got books and movies and music and board games and all sorts of fun things. And aside from those more traditional things that you can borrow from a library, the stuff that you normally think about, we also have some pretty cool things like framed art. This picture on my wall is one that you can check out. But we have a lot to choose from. We've got like sewing machines and projectors if you want to have a movie night. We've got metal detectors if you want to go exploring on a beach somewhere. So we've got things besides just books and movies that you can check out. And do you know how much it costs to borrow things from the library? Nothing. You will never pay to borrow something unless you don't bring it back to us. That's really all that we want. We want to have it back so that other people can use it too. Let's see. One of the things that we do really encourage people to explore, if you don't have internet at home, which I'm assuming you guys do since you're joining us on Zoom, but maybe share it with some friends or family members who don't have internet at home, is our wireless hotspots. So you can check out the internet for 2 weeks at a time. We give you a little box, you take it home and turn it on, and then you can connect smartphones and tablets to that device that will provide internet to you for that 2-week period. And then you just bring it back to us and you can check out another one when we have it available. Those are pretty popular, so we do usually have a wait list, but during that 2-week period, you can do whatever you need to on the internet, which is fantastic.
That is fantastic.
Yes. If you guys have any questions as I'm going, feel free to shout them out. I am more than happy to answer them, or if you'd prefer to use the chat box, that's cool too. I'm sure I'll get to look at it at some point and answer those questions. Besides borrowing books and things at the library, we also provide some fun things to do. And one of those things has just launched right now. We're doing a community reading program. And pretty often we offer these reading programs where we encourage you to read something, and really anything, and then you can enter to win prizes. So it's just like, pick up a book and enjoy it, put in an entry form, and you could win something really cool. But this time, with our community reading program, we've made it a little different. So we want you to read a specific book, and that's Everybody's Son by Thridi Umargar. We carefully selected that book as something we thought people would enjoy reading, and that has a lot of really discussable themes in it. And so with our community read, you not only read the book, but then you join in discussions or attend other Zoom events like this one, where we talk with some organizations around Lima and how the themes of the book kind of relate with what they're seeing in our community. And then once you can check off 5 things that you've done on our bingo board, you can enter to win one of our really cool prizes. So our prizes this year are, let's see, we've got a Kindle Paperwhite, a really big TV, a stereo system, and I think $100 worth of Grubhub gift cards.
Oh my
So
gosh.
you can enter to win. They're really nice prizes, but we really want you to participate and take part in that community read. We think it will be fun. So part of that is, let's see, yesterday I launched a take and make craft, and we do that fairly often. So we've put together a paper bag with everything, all of the supplies you need to do a craft, and you can take that home and do it at your own leisure, you know, whenever and however. We just give you kind of basic instructions to enjoy. And all of those events are also free. Anybody can join them or do them. Sometimes, like with our craft programs, we have a limited number of things that we can give out. But if you happen to come in and pick it up during that window when we have kits, then it's all yours for no charge. We love providing those. Any questions so far? Anything come up in our chat box yet? I don't think so. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and take you guys on a tour of the library's website. And this might take me a minute because I've got a few tabs open here. Okay, can you guys see my screen that's got the Lima Library website open? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna try not to, I'm looking at a webcam, but I'm also looking at what's on my other screen here. So our website has just tons of information about everything that's going on at the library. And we change up what we do on a regular basis. So right now we're doing our community read, but in the summer we'll be doing a summer reading program that has a completely different theme. So checking in with our website to see what's going on is really fantastic. We also update this information on our Facebook page and Twitter. So if you're on those, follow us so you can kind of get that information directly to you. So at the top of the screen, we've got this green bar with some information. We're going to skip that for right now. Below that, we've got this slider that has some important things to know. Right now, the library's hours are a little different than what we would normally offer, when we're not in COVID world. So make sure that we're actually open before you come to visit us. Also, one of the services that we've begun offering, if you're not comfortable coming into the library or you're trying to avoid being in crowds, we can bring items out to your vehicle for you. So if you let us know kind of the books that you enjoy or a specific author or a specific title of a movie or a book or music or anything like that, if you let us know what you want, we'll pull it together for you. You come to our parking lot and let us know that you're here to pick it up, and we'll bring it out to you. You don't actually have to physically come in the library at all, which can be really nice, not only when we've got COVID stuff going on, but also if you just don't want to get out of the car in the middle of a blizzard, whatever. So our hours are a little different, but we've also got information about our community read here up in the slider. And then for our kids, we've got some events going on too. So these virtual story times, but they're not just for kids. Anybody can join these. So our story times are really great to just interact with people. If you've got nothing on TV or you're wanting to explore a book, our librarians will read to you, and then we try to do some kind of activity that you can follow along with during those story times. So anybody can come to those. They're really fun. Our kids also are doing to-go kits. So if you would like one of those kits, you just call and let us know that you want it. You can either pick it up inside of the library, or we can do that to our curbside pickup as well. Our teens do grab bags, kind of like our craft program that I was talking about. Everything gets put into a little baggie. You let us know that you want it, you can have it. And some of our other programs down here we feature too. But the really important bit is on this side, our upcoming events. You can see all of the things that we have coming up on a daily basis, and we have a lot going on. So if we come down here to look at the full calendar, that will show us everything we've got going on in January. So for example, if you were interested in this program about looking for a new job, you could click on this and it will give you more information about what the program is and who's providing that to us. Our librarians lead some of our programs, but we also like to pull in experts from the community. So this presenter is actually from Ohio State University at Lima, and she's going to be talking all about how to find a job online, how to make a good resume, how to fill out an application, and then a little bit on interviewing skills, because that's really the hard part for a lot of people is getting into the interview and being able to answer questions well. So if you were interested in attending this event, and it is virtual, you would click on this link here, which should open to a form that you'll fill out. It's really simple, your name and your email address. And then we just send you an email with the meeting information so that you can join just like you did for this Zoom call today. We also have coming up Ohio Northern University is coming to our parking lot to do a mobile health clinic. We're really excited to be able to offer this. It's free health clinic, so they'll be doing blood pressure screenings and glucose screenings. But you can also talk to pharmacy students about any medications that you're on or that you'd like to explore with your doctor, and they'll provide you with information as much as they can, to just talk that through with you. So we're excited about that. That's going to happen on January 25th. And their mobile health unit is this basically like huge bus. So when I say it's in the parking lot, it's going to be inside. It's just inside of their bus. Let's see. We're also
got on Zoom.
things like this. They invented what? It's not active yet, but this is going to be a trivia program so that you can learn more about African-American inventors and kind of how their ideas have changed the world. So it's still virtual, but it's not a video format. It's kind of just going to be a trivia program, something like what you would find on Facebook, like this is just cool information. Okay, any questions about our programs?
How do you
Not
find all of these? Like, do people come to you or do you search out?
Both. Sometimes people will let us know that they have an idea for a program and would we be willing to host it? And most of the times we say, yes, of course, we'd love to have you. And sometimes we have something in mind, a need that we've noticed in the community, and we try to fill that with some information. Our jobs are kind of to be connectors or bridges.
Mhm.
We see a need in the community and we try to fill that by connecting everyone to the information that they need. That's how I look at it anyway. So we do both, and we try to do a good mixture of informational stuff and fun stuff, because the fun stuff is important too.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, we do have different things for different time periods. So in January and February, we're really focusing on our community read. But when we get into March, and there's not a whole lot on our schedule for March yet, we get into kind of Women's History Month. And so we change it up based on what's happening at the time, or it changes from year to year too. And if something is really popular, we try to offer it again, because we know that maybe not everyone who wanted to go was able to when we offered it the first time. Excuse me. All right, so after our events, we get to the fun stuff of how to borrow things from the library. You can come in and browse. We're open to do that, or we have our curbside option, like I said before. If, though, you don't want to do either of those things, there's a lot that you can borrow from the library from your home at your computer. So if you go to our digital tab, you can see some of the resources that we have. And the really fun ones are Hoopla and the Ohio Digital Library. These two resources are basically they're platforms to allow you to borrow ebooks and audiobooks and movies and music and all kinds of different things. There's hundreds of thousands of those items on these platforms. So for example, with Hoopla, if I click on this graphic that says Hoopla, it will take me to the website. All I need to sign up for access to this is my library card. So if I click the Get Started Today, it will ask me for my email address and I'll set up a brand new password. And after I do that, it will ask me for my library card information. This is just kind of a preview. So if I'm looking for an audiobook and say, I've watched The Queen's Gambit on Netflix and I think it's really cool, I want to read more about it, I can click on that book and borrow it, just like that. And this is an audiobook, so somebody would be narrating it to me, and I love audiobooks. They're fantastic for if you want to be doing something else. Like I enjoy working on puzzles while I'm listening to audiobooks, or washing the dishes, or gardening, or just taking a walk around the block. Audiobooks are great for that. So once I click borrow, it's mine for the next 21 days. I can listen to it. If I need it for longer, I just borrow it again. There's no waiting list or anything like that. So Hoopla has not just ebooks and audiobooks, there's also movies. And they have a really great selection of movies. Some of them are classics, some of them are newer, some stuff that you can't find on platforms like Netflix. So it's definitely worth looking at. And again, it's all free for you, which is really the best part. There's also a wonderful selection of music. Have you guys seen the new Disney, The Soul? So good.
No, is it?
The soundtrack is available now, the Hamilton soundtrack. You don't have to wait for any of this. You don't have to physically come anywhere or do anything. You can check it out right now and begin listening to it. So I really love Hoopla. Our other service, which is the Ohio Digital Library, is more of a collaboration between libraries throughout Ohio. It works with different publishers. So there's different content, different books and movies and things between Hoopla and the Ohio Digital Library. So it's worth looking at both. So if I were to click this link, it takes me to the page. And then again, I just sign in with my library card. If you're using an app or your phone, like on your phone or a tablet, it's a little more tricky to set up. But really it's just asking for your library card information. And then you can explore what they've got. So they have collections here, like right after New Year's, everyone is focused on their New Year's resolution. So they put health and wellness information right up top. That's great. But they also know that people are interested in magazines and mysteries or starting on projects. So you can click on any of those things. And there's always a featured title at the top. Don't let that distract you. They break it down into different categories. So adulting is hard. And then Top Chef information, cookbooks, and all sorts of these things. So any of these that say available in the tag at the top mean that you can borrow it right now. Some of them, though, will say, and I'm trying to find one as an example, some of them will say like place on hold. And that is because somebody else is using that book right now. And of course, when I want that example,
You're not going to find it. So I do have a question on the Hoopla.
Mhm.
If I borrow a movie off of there, can somebody else borrow it at the same time, or they have to wait till I'm finished with it?
No, with Hoopla, everyone can check it out at the same time.
Okay.
So the library just pays for each use, but you don't have to wait in line. With this, the library pays for whatever, or not just our library, it's all of the libraries in the state pay for that book, and only one person can use it at a time. So it's more like when we buy one physical copy of a book to put on our shelves in the library. So sometimes you have to wait on the Ohio Digital Library.
Okay.
But of course, I'm not finding any examples to show you. I wanted to show you because you can actually place them on hold, just like you would for a book in the library that wasn't available right now because somebody else is using it. You can put it on hold, and then when it becomes available, we let you know that it's your turn to check it out. And it's a pretty easy process, so it's worth doing. Sometimes you have to wait a while though, so patience is key. Do you guys have any questions about these two platforms before I move on to my next one that's also really cool? Not so far. Okay, so besides borrowing books and movies, you can learn a new language with Mango Languages. So you sign in with your library card, and then you can pick from, I think there are 72 different languages. So if your New Year's resolution is to learn Chinese, go for it. It's free. So it's not going to cost you anything if you start it and then are like, maybe not Chinese. Maybe I should start with Spanish or Dutch or, something else. And then Linda is a really great resource we're excited to be able to have, but it's a little more tech oriented. And I want to show this to you guys because some of the things that are available are on how to use computer programs. So if you're trying to brush up on skills like using Microsoft Word, if I click inside of the search box and type in Microsoft Word, is the first thing that pops up. So if I click there, it gives me a whole list of tutorials. And you can do these at your own pace. So you can watch it for 5 minutes and then slow down or stop and come back to it another time. So say I wanted to learn how to, I don't know, use a specific aspect of Word, or I just want, new tips and tricks. I can click one of these tutorials and click Watch Now. And then an expert speaker in using Microsoft Word is going to tell me all about it, but I can start and stop it whenever I want. And some of these courses offer certifications. So once you've completed the training, you can print out a certificate and take that to an employer or somebody who you want to be your employer and say, look, I know how to do this, or I at least have an understanding of what it is. So that can be really useful. But there's also fun stuff, like if I type in guitar, I can learn how to play the guitar. You know, very cool things available on lynda.com. I'm trying to think of other, oh yes. If anyone is interested in their family history or in local history, we have some of the information here. So if you go to our Find Info tab, we have got a list. It's not coming up for me. We've got a list of all of the resources in the library that is about Lima. Lima has a great history, so you can come in and explore more about it. The museum also has a fantastic library next door to us, and it's great to come in and look at their exhibits. But if you want to explore a little bit more, you can come and check out what we have. But your family history takes a little more work, but it can be just as rewarding. So we have a list of genealogy resources, and these are all free to you to use. So you can, excuse me, you can click on any of these links and say this one, fold 3. If you're at home, it might ask you to sign in with your library card, but then I can look up records from the Korean War. So if you know somebody who served in the Korean War, or you just want to kind of explore more about it, you can do that here, which is kind of awesome. So if you need, you know,
There is one question.
Sure.
Can a library card be attained online or via fax if someone is at risk of COVID?
Yes. So let me get into that here. We'll leave the genealogy information. If you go to our catalog tab here at the top of our website, this is where you would look for books that we have physically in the library, but it's also where you can sign into your account. So in the upper right-hand corner, there's this create account. So if you don't already have a library card, you click create account and fill out the information here. So you need to check that you agree to our terms and service conditions, and then fill out your name. Everything with a little star is required. If it doesn't have a little star, we don't necessarily need it, but you can fill it in anyway if you'd like. So you fill out the info, you pick your PIN. Your PIN is a 4-digit number that you'll use to log into our digital resources that I've been talking about, and click register. And then we at the library, we get a notice and we process these once a day, usually. And then we will email you information with your library card number and PIN and make sure that you're set up. So you can begin using these digital resources immediately. But when you are comfortable coming into the library or comfortable getting our curbside service, then we'll actually physically give you the library card at that point. We're not sending them through the mail right now. Does that answer your question?
Yep.
So we're not really verifying your residence through this process. We're just kind of taking your word that you live where you say you live. But then before you can check out physical books, we do ask that you provide just a photo ID or proof that you live in Ohio. So while we're on this page, taking a look at the library's catalog, we have this kind of scroll bar of new stuff that we've got in. So say this one looks interesting to you. If you click on the picture of the book, it will show you the whole title and whether or not it's available. This one's checked out right now. But further down, it does give you a summary of the book. And you can decide whether or not you want it. If it's available, you can call and let us know that you want us to set it aside for you. But if it's not, you can click this place a hold. And then it asks you to log in with your library card number. It's going to be embarrassing if I don't remember my own card number. And your PIN, which is that 4-digit number we talked about with creating your card. Click log in. And then I get to tell the computer where I want to pick it up. So my library card was created at Lima, Maine. It thinks I probably want to pick it up at Maine, but if I have an errand to run in Elida, I can choose the Elida branch to go and pick it up at. And then, I want the first copy that's available, the soonest that it's ready. When I click, I'm going to change that to Lima, Maine. When I click the submit hold, my hold has been placed. When I go into the information about my account here, I can look and see that I have something loaned out to me right now. And I've also got a hold that's pending. And if I click the view holds, it will show me what I have on hold and what place I am at. So if there are 75 people ahead of me in line, at least I know that I need to kind of look for other things to keep me occupied until this one's ready. But if I'm first in line, maybe I don't want to start a new book because I expect this one's going to come to me pretty soon. If you have things loaned out to you already, like mine is my my picture here, I've renewed it several times, but if I need to renew it again, I can click this little check mark beside the item and click renew. And as long as nobody else has it on hold, you can renew these items up to 3 times. I've gone over. Shh, don't tell anyone. So you can renew items up to 3 times. Right now, we're not charging any fees for overdue items. So if you haven't returned something to us, we're not charging you any fees right now. I don't know how long that's going to be in effect, but even if you do keep something out past its due date, and the fees vary based on what it is and how popular it is, but usually it's only like at most $1 a day if you've kept it past its due date. And truly, we just want to have it back. We don't want you to keep it forever because we have other people who are interested in borrowing those items. So those fines and fees, people are always like, they're so mad at me and that this is past due. And we're like, yeah, we just want it back. That's all we want. So don't be worried about kind of those fines and fees or renewing items right now. That's all pretty easy. And you can do that either using your account, or if it's easier for you, you can give us a call and just let us know that you have something you want to renew and we'll take care of it for you. It takes about 30 seconds or less to renew an item as long as nobody else is waiting on it. You guys have any questions for me about borrowing things from the library?
About how many art things do you have?
I want to say our collection is something in like the 300s.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got several, and we do change it out. So I'm not sure if you guys have been in the library lately. Let me actually see if I can pull up some pictures for us to look at the physical building here, because it's kind of cool. We have a wall at the very back of the library. Oh, okay, so this is the front of the library from Market Street. And this is our lobby. You guys are seeing this, right? Making
Right.
sure that it's working for you. Okay, so this is our lobby. This is what you'll see when you first walk in the door. And then our checkout desk, that's where you'll take any items that you want to take home with you, or if you want to sign up for a library card, you can stop right there. On the right-hand side over here is where we keep all of our new stuff. So new books, new movies, everything that's fresh to the library is on this wooden shelf here. And then the DVDs and music are these shelves in the center. And then we've got paperbacks here. And I should mention our study rooms too. If you ever need a quiet space to have a Zoom meeting or take a test or do any kind of training, we have study rooms that are free to use, and it's kind of first come, first serve. We've got our large print room over here. So the text in those books is just a little bit bigger. Oh, there's a better picture of it. So large print room and our magazines along the back wall. We've also got newspapers. I want to say there's like 7 or 8 different newspapers that we get on a regular basis. We have computers available to use. Right now, we've kind of narrowed the number that we have, but if you ever need to use a computer and you don't have one at home, or you need to print something and you don't have a printer, you can come in and do that with us. Printing is 20 cents per page in black and white, and we make it as easy as we possibly can, but there's always people at this desk where I work to help you. So if you're running into trouble using the computer or trying to get something printed off, or you're just looking for a good book, stop at this desk. And then this is kind of what I was talking about. We have this wall at the back of the library with all of our framed art. Not all of it fits on the wall. So we try to change it out based on the season, or if we get something new in and we want it featured. So every time that there's a hole in the wall because somebody has taken something out, we fill it pretty quickly with new stuff. This right here, this computer and the green cabinet is kind of cool. The library has microfilmed the Lima newspaper going back to the early 1900s. So if you're interested in the history of Lima or just want to kind of explore events that were happening in history, you know, locally or nationally, you can view those papers at this computer. We're working to get some of that digitized so that it's a little easier to get to from your home computer too. So this is deceptively looking like an older card catalog, which we don't use anymore. This is actually our obituary index. So if an obituary was published in the Lima newspaper between 1923 and 2003, there's a card with that person's name in one of these drawers. And we're working to put this information online, but if you're looking into your family history, this is really helpful to be able to find their obituary, which can provide some information about who their relatives are. And again, working to move all of that online. So if the obituary was published after 2003, it's already online. And then our books here, this whole section, all the way, so this is the very back of the library, and that is the very front. Everything in between is books, just books. Nonfiction, fiction, mystery, science fiction, inspirational audiobooks, all sorts of fun stuff. This is just a different view of our music CDs and more books. We've got a lot. And then our upstairs is really bright and colorful. If you haven't visited up here, it's really worth it because it's a fun space. So we have the librarians at the desk there, and the green side of the upstairs is nonfiction stuff. So you can do information about animals or states or anything, and it's going to be just a little, smaller if you just need snippets of information. They also have audiobooks and music CDs and a few computers for students who are working on homework. The blue side of their room is all fiction. So if you're looking for Harry Potter or a series of unfortunate events, it's going to be over here. And then on the outside wall is the picture book collection. And I don't know about you guys, but I love looking through picture books because the illustrations are so cool and the stories are so nice. So all of that is up there. And yeah, they also have a play zone. So there's a puzzle table and some other activities available. And some of the aisles have like puzzles on the ends of them that you can do. And I don't know, I just find it really soothing to go up there sometimes and play with these things. And don't ever feel like you're being judged because the staff probably does it more than anybody else. We love this particular one is like glitter in tubes, and it's just so soothing to sit and watch the glitter settle in the tube. It's so cool. Yeah.
And you said that's upstairs?
Yes, that is upstairs in the blue area of the youth services room.
Is there an elevator
along the wall? Sorry?
Is there an elevator to get up there?
There is, but you'll need staff to help you access the elevator. One of our goals is to install an elevator for our public because we know that currently we have a ramp that will go upstairs, but it's long and it's steep and we know that it's not really comfortable for a lot of people. So we would like in the hopefully near future to add a more accessible elevator. It's definitely something we're aware is needed for our building. Yeah. Or if there's anything up here that you would like, we're happy to bring it downstairs for you and set it aside. All right, well, I'm glad I remembered I had those pictures. I'm not sure that there's anything else for me to cover. Do you guys have questions for me?
Can you hear me, Danny?
Yes, I can.
I got in a little late, but I heard you say something about if you don't have the internet, you can borrow something from the library.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain that again? I missed that.
Sure. So if you have a library card, you can ask us to place a Wi-Fi hotspot on hold for you. And we have a list. They're really popular. So there's usually a short wait for a device. But once we have a device available for you, we give you a call and let you know to come in and pick it up. Then when you check it out, you have it for 14 days. And in those 14 days, you can use that device to provide internet for up to 10 devices. So you can connect, your cell phone, your tablet, your TV, your kids' smartphones and tablets, and just whatever. So it's great if you're going on vacation or if you don't have internet access at home. It's really nice if you're specifically needing to do something in that 2-week period that requires internet access. So applying for jobs or working on schoolwork or anything really. We don't, put parameters on what you do while you have it. It's yours to use as you need.
That's really great. Thank you.
We like it. And like I said, it's very popular. So it's definitely something that our community enjoys and needs. So we're happy to provide it. Oh,
Okay.
I guess that's something that I should mention.
Excuse me,
Ever
there is
have
one.
ideas for either things or books or movies that you would like to see in the library and you don't? We are pretty good about identifying things we know people will want. But if there's this particular author that you enjoy and we don't have them, let us know and we'll buy them. We will. We take those suggestions very seriously. So just tell us and we will get that.
Okay, somebody has a question. Years ago, they had a library card, but it was like 15 years ago. Do they need to submit a request for a new one?
No, you don't need to submit a request for a new one, but you do need to give us a call so we can get the information on your card up to date. So we just ask for your current address and telephone number, and we make sure that there aren't any fines that would prevent you from using our digital services. If you did have a fine on your card and it's more than 7 years old, we waive it. So you get just a clean start. As far as getting the physical, like a new physical card, you can come in and do that, and it's free to get a new library card, even if you've just lost it. Or we can just give you your card number and PIN to start using if you are wanting to use our digital services. So you don't necessarily need to come in at all to get that up to date.
Awesome.
Yeah, we try.
There's just so much stuff. So like I know I saw you have like a Cricut that you can rent.
Yeah.
And did it come with instructions in case I don't know how to use it?
Sometimes. So we've bought these items through grants provided by the Lima Library Association. So we'll buy these on like Amazon. And sometimes it does come with a really great instruction manual. And that checks out with whatever it is you're borrowing. But sometimes like our metal detector, there's just no instructions. So it depends. And if you do need help using it, whatever the device is, our library staff can try to help you with that, but we might also direct you to like a YouTube resource or find instructions on a website and print them out for you. So if you want to borrow something, but you're not sure, let us know and we'll try to find information to help you use it. On our website, if you're interested in kind of the stuff that you can borrow that's not traditional, if you go to services and then beyond books items, you can click there and we've got a list of all of the weird stuff that you can borrow from the library. So there's cornhole.
I was
if you're having a
able to,
party in the
but I
summer.
haven't done the email.
There's a toolkit, telescope, a camcorder if you're taking a vacation and kind of want to record some videos. All of these different things are really, really cool and they're free for you to borrow. So if you say wanted our tabletop microphones, you could do a really cool Zoom program or meeting. You can click on it, check to see if it's available, and let us know that you want it, or come in and pick it up. It's that easy.
That list is just crazy.
We also have board games. I don't remember if I mentioned that. So our board games right now aren't available because we can't disinfect them. Because of COVID, we've kind of changed how we do things. When you return an item to us that you've had at home for a while, you'll return it to our outside book drop, which we empty throughout the day. And then we quarantine those items for 7 days to protect our staff. And then after that 7-day period is up, our staff uses disinfectant solution to wipe down every surface on that item that we can without damaging it. So on a book, that's usually the cover that's like covered in plastic. Of course, we can't wipe down the individual pages, but we get the cover. With a DVD, we get the full case inside and out and the disc cleaned. With our board games, because they're cardboard and there are too many pieces, we unfortunately can't do that same disinfectant process. So for right now, they're kind of held back, but we're looking forward to a time when we can set them out again, because we have a lot of board games, and not just Monopoly and Candyland. We've got a lot of more involved games for families. So like Settlers of Catan or like House on Haunted Hill, some really story-driven games that people enjoy. So I can't wait until we can offer those again.
There was another question. She thinks she forgot to return a book many years ago. So what happens with her account? Was it like shut down or?
There's probably a hold on your account. So to prevent you from checking anything else out, after 7 years, we waive any overdue fees. But if the item was lost, then you need to pay to replace it before your library card is good again. So you can contact our circulation team leader and say the item cost $100, depending on the book or whatever it was. If it's $100 and you can't afford that, we're willing to work with you, especially if it was a long time ago, because we're probably not going to be able to replace it exactly. So we're willing to work with you if you need to set up payment plans. But we do need to kind of replace that item, or we have replaced that item and we need that money to buy new things. So definitely encourage you to give us a call to see what the status of your account is and try to work on getting it good again. Do you guys have any other questions for me? I feel like I went through all of this information really fast. And if I did, I'm sorry. I get so excited and then I talk really fast.
It was just great information. I just can't believe everything that the library offers, and everybody should just be using it.
I couldn't agree more. Yes, we all think that the library is a fantastic spot.
Oh yeah, there's something for everyone here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. On our website, under services, so we talked about the Beyond books, but we also have information about computer classes that we would normally be offering. We aren't doing any in-person programming right now because of COVID, but typically we offer computer classes and one-on-one tutorials. So if you're having trouble with a device, you can set up an appointment with one of our librarians and we'll walk you through the process of getting it set up, or at the very least, we'll walk through it with you and help figure out what the issue is. We also have virtual reality. Have you guys done that? Virtual reality is incredibly cool. So we have a game system basically, and you can sign up for sessions to come in and do a virtual reality game. We're not doing that right now, of course, but it's definitely worth looking into. There's this most amazing one that you don't actually have to do anything in the game, but you put on all of the headset, and then you're kind of underwater on a sunken ship, and a whale swims past you, and there's all sorts of sea life. It is so amazingly cool.
Oh, that sounds
Hmm.
awesome.
So we have a lot of games like that on the virtual reality, which is great. And some of them are interactive and some of them are more like watching a movie, but it's a great experience. I encourage people to at least give it one try.
So when it's not COVID, like you just would sign up like a couple days ahead of time and say, here's the time I want to come in.
So we offer typically, and when we're able to offer it again, it might run a little differently, but typically we'll put on our calendar of events that we're doing virtual reality sessions this day, and here are the slots we have available. So if you want one of those slots, you give us a call, we plug your name in, and then that half an hour period of time is yours to play whatever game you want.
And somebody's there to show you how to use it.
Yes, there's always a staff person right there with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. So that's really cool. Trying to think of other cool things. I didn't tell you guys about our podcast. So we have a podcast, Lima Reads, where we talk about books that library staff are reading and enjoying. So it's just something that you can listen to on our webpage here. This is one that I read recently called The Devil and the Dark Water, and it's all about high seas adventure. If you like the movie Pirates of the Caribbean, you would love this book. So you can listen to this just like 5-minute snippet of me gushing over how much I love this book, which is cool. But we also do some cool projects on our podcast. This one we launched just before Christmas. In Victorian times, there was a tradition of telling ghost stories on Christmas Eve, like A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. That's a Victorian Christmas ghost story. So we put together an audiobook recording, basically, of a short story. So you've got library staff telling you a ghost story. It's kind of cool. But the other project that we've done that was really cool was in partnership with Altruza of Lima, and it's a downtown tour of Lima. So you start at the library and you're listening as you're walking. And as you walk past the really cool buildings that have history in Lima, the recording is telling you all about that place. So we talk about the McDonald House. We talk about the theaters in downtown and all of those things. So that's really cool. We do some of those projects on our podcast that are really fascinating. So I'd encourage you to explore that if you'd like. With the podcast, we really do love to connect people with stories that they will love. So even if you're not into the podcast format, if you come into the library or call us and say, I would like a book that's got, mysteries, we'll talk a little bit more about what kind of mystery or what type of book you're looking for. And we'll connect you with, maybe a couple of choices for you to pick from. So we love being able to do that for people. I do think that is pretty much everything that I had to talk about today. But if you guys ever have any questions at all about what you can do at the library or about your library accounts, please feel free to reach out to me or anyone here at the library. We're pretty friendly, and it's our job to answer questions. So we're happy to do it all of the time.
Oh, Danny, we really appreciate this. That was very informative. Learned a lot. I mean, I looked at your website and there was just so much, but you've just shown us so much more that I didn't know. Thank you very much. We appreciated it.
Absolutely. Can I stop sharing my screen? I don't know if I can. There. I'm back. So truly, if you ever have questions, feel free to reach out, or if you ever want me to do something like this when we can meet in person and I can take you on a tour of the actual physical library, let me know.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank you,
everybody, for
guys.
joining. I appreciate it.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, you guys have a good day.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.